So at the very beginning when we first launched popchips, it was really all about having a grassroots strategy. I mean, we knew we were going to a really competitive aisle with a lot of established brands, and there was no way we were going to outspend anyone. A core part of that was really sampling and in particular getting popchips into the hands of tastemakers and influencers. And it's something that's really continued to grow as we've built the brand and been just kind of a key part of our strategy. So our influencer strategy is definitely not really built around celebrities. I think that's an important part of it, and it's a powerful part of our strategy. But we really look at influencers in every marketplace, and we really spend the time about thinking who are the people that help influence decision makers within that community. So it's not necessarily young or old, and it's definitely not celebrity centric. It so happens the most visible part of it tends to be what we do with celebrities.
Who am I? I am Dara. My name is Swordfish. I'm looking for something hot and spicy.
So when people see us do something with Katy Perry, who we've just now partnered with, and to launch a new flavor of Pop Chips, or Ashton, who is our president of pop culture, those are just really visible. But in terms of sheer numbers, we've been very focused from 2007 when we first launched of getting Pop Chips in the hands of tastemakers. And again, it's not just celebrities. We really don't think about it by age. We think about kind of celebrities. If we're going to talk to celebrities, first of all, it starts with people who are passionate about the brand and have shown an interest in Pop Chips. We've never done anything with anyone that didn't on their own kind of show us that they were a fan of the brand.
I love the way you taste. Yes, I do. Sour cream and onion. I want you all over my face.
Ashton had been a fan of the brand and talked about it. Katy had done some interesting things with Pop Chips well before we had started talking to her. So it really could be anyone, and it's not focused on age. It's focused on people that connect with our brand and connect with our audience. When you have your product at the Google campus or the Facebook campus, those are the kinds of consumers you want to have sample your product. So for us, we sort of try to think about sales, especially early on, being as much about marketing in some cases as sales. So while there's large accounts like a Target or a Safeway or a Whole Foods that are really important for building sales, there's also having your product in places like Virgin Airlines. We were thrilled when they talked to us about having the product on the airlines, because to us, that's a great place for people to first sort of sample our brand, try the product, and to us it's a great brand connection because we're all such big fans of Virgin. Look, I think the first thing is just to have a clear vision of what you're trying to do, understand your product, understand your audience. I think that's kind of at the core of it all. And then I think at the end of the day, just stay focused on what those objectives are. You can't be all things to all people. You can't try and do everything. You want to really kind of pick your spots and focus on them, and especially as you're in the process of building a brand. And then I think the other important part of it is I always sort of chuckle. You spend a lot of time creating a great product. You spend a lot of time getting on the retailer shelf. In a lot of cases that might take a year or two. And by the time you finally get on the shelf, you have that realization that that's really the starting line. That's the beginning, because if you don't find a way to drive sales and get the product, turning and sold, then you're not going to last on the shelf very long, and all that hard work goes for naught. So the first thing is just to remember there's no shortcuts. It takes hard work, it takes a lot of time, it takes focus. As a founder, people sort of chuckle. For years I answered every email, and I reached out to people personally. A lot of these folks, whether it's the better sort of accounts, they love it when the founder picks up the phone or comes in to meet them. They think it's really, it shows that you're caring and that you're focused on them. It shows how important they are. So I think, don't try and take shortcuts, stay involved. I think the personal touch is key. Our line here at Pop Chips is one snacker at a time, and it literally goes from the top of the organization all the way through. We all feel the same way, and again, that comes back to whether it's answering emails or reaching out to people. They really want to see that you're involved, and they want to see how passionate you are about the brand and about the product, and about them as a partner. And again, there's nobody who's more passionate about things probably than the founder, so that's going to really come through.